got a motorcycle.
I introduced Artie to someone the other day.
Yeah.
When we were watching a screening of Legally Blonde, and I started to tell my friend how famous Artie was, trying to somehow... just to say he was somebody.
Well, how does he keep it so quiet? You're trying to make him famous, but she's never heard of him, right?
I said, well, he was on the Norm show. She goes, what's that? I said, Norm MacDonald. Who's that?
It's very hard.
Yeah, it really is. And I go, well, he was in the Fox television show. What's the name of that show?
Mad TV.
Mad TV? She goes, Mad Magazine? I go, yeah. They had a TV show? I go, yeah.
Welcome to my life.
And then I didn't realize how difficult it is for you.
Hey, man, it's hard. I mean, every once in a while a chick will come across, but, you know.
Right.
It takes a lot. Because hot chicks don't watch anything I've ever done.
Yeah, hot chicks don't watch Mad TV.
No, it's all like 14-year-olds, you know.
Yeah, like you need a pretty woman, even if you're like the third character in.
No, exactly.
Yeah, you just need something that chicks go to see.
Like soap opera guys.
The Norm show was not big with women.
No, it wasn't big with anybody.
Yeah, right. That's why it's not on the air anymore.
Exactly.
And then...
They're not doing well with women. Or men.
And then you did some other things, too.
I did a few movies.
Yeah, I should know those movies. What are they?
I
did a movie with Norm, Dirty Work.
Right.
That's a biggie.
You did a Spade movie, right?
I did a movie with Spade, Lost and Found.
Yeah, all those movies are tanked.
And then The Bachelor I did with Renee Zellweger and Chris O'Donnell.
So you think that'd be a woman-friendly movie?
No, a lot of chicks do know that movie, because it's like a wedding movie.
Right.
The Bachelor with Renee Zellweger.
And Chris O'Donnell.
I don't remember that. What was that about?
It was about a guy who has to get married by the time he's 30 to inherit $100 million.
Oh, it was awful.
It was
an awful movie.
It was unwatchable.
It was unwatchable.
You saw it?
I did. I think I tried to watch it.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
I've never gotten to your part. I didn't know you were in it.
Yeah.
I'm in the beginning. Like the first thing you see.
I turn it off as soon as I see the title.
You know, you got to tell the story. When Artie grew up in New Jersey.
That's right.
And when Artie, it came time to graduate high school, they told you, Artie, what? That you could not graduate?
I failed a couple of classes.
What did you fail?
I failed history, and I failed algebra, like a math class. I sucked at math bad, and I just never, you know.
And two of the guys... There's only two guys in the school who were held back from graduation. It was you and another guy.
No, it was a bunch. It was like 40 guys, but you all had to go to summer school.
Right.
But in the summer school graduation, we couldn't go to the regular graduation, so some parents complained, and the guy who was principal at a summer school said, all right, look, we're getting a lot of problems from your parents, so we're going to have a special graduation for you guys, but only if you sign up for it. And I guess it was all burnout kids. You assumed no one would sign up for it. So me and my one friend, Danny, we said, well, what if we sign up? Let's see if they'll have a special graduation just for us.
Right.
So all these kids were just like dust heads, you know. So me and Danny sign up. We're the only two on the list. And because they promised, they had to have a graduation for us.
Right.
So... They got, like, the...
In other words, it becomes the rule.
Right, exactly.
Even though there's only two guys.
So they got the principal had to come up from, like, down at the Jersey Shore. He was on vacation. Right. They got a color guard, the ROTC. Right. It was just me, Danny, and our mothers in the whole auditorium. And I lost my robe. You know, I have those robes. Danny had his robe. So in the pictures, I'm wearing his robe, and he's got no robe on. And we're with the principal who just looks miserable because he had
And you guys went through with it.
We went through with it, yeah.
You are something else.
They announced our name and everything. We went in and...
You're a genius.
It was fun.
You didn't videotape that, did you?
No, I wish I had.
Oh, my God.
I got
two guys.
That no tape exists.
The principal probably just hated you guys.
Oh, God, it was great because he hated us. Like, he's part of the reason we stayed back, but we got back and he had to come up from vacation to graduate us.
Drag the...
And did you literally walk up to get your diploma?
We walked up. There was, like, ROTC guys there with the flag, and it was just me and him in the auditorium. My mother was, like, disgusted. My father didn't even take off work for it.
Really? Your mom showed up?
My mom
And what about the other dude's parents? Did they show up?
His mother showed up.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
And that was the only
So it was two moms sitting there.
Yeah, exactly.
With you idiots.
But it wasn't like you had a ceremony where somebody spoke or there was no...
Well, no. Actually, the principal tried to say something like, this shows that, you know, even if you're not good enough in the beginning, you can persevere. He was like, he had to say something, you know.
And by the way, I was reading...
That's funny.
Benji put together some notes on you. There was some about you, like when you used to be into coke or something.
What?
Well,
That's true.
I wish I had the notes in front of me. I'd find it. I should be better prepared, but there was something about you in rehab or...
What?
Do you remember what I'm talking about, Benji? You don't have his notes, do you?
We'll look at it real quick, but it's probably about you hit somebody. I mean, this stuff you told me.
Oh no, yeah.
Because in light of the A.J. Benza thing.
Right. No, this actually was the first time I came out with Norma. That's how I got fired from Mad TV.
What happened? I forget.
Well, I had a bad problem with coke at that time, and we went to Vegas to the Tyson Holyfield fight, the first one, and I lost $15,000 on Tyson.
Wow.
And
I can't believe Tyson lost to Holyfield anyway.
Believe me, neither could I.
Artie probably didn't have $15,000.
No, I had about 20 G's in the bank of that. This was the second year of Mad TV. We've been on for a little bit. So,
what do you get paid for something like that? A lot of money?
I got $8,000 an episode.
Wow.
So $8,000 a week. I mean, I went from like $10,000 a year to, $8,000 a week.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty good.
That's a lot of coke.
That'll give you a cocaine habit.
That is a lot of coke.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So go ahead.
So we go to Vegas and I lose all that money. And
by the way, I mean, it's not like Artie is a guy who hadn't worked hard for a living. The guy used to drive a cab.
Really?
Yeah, I did. I drove a cab.
You worked. You were making 60 G's a year doing some sort of union job, right?
Longshoreman. That was a great job.
Yeah, he was a longshoreman, and even when he went into show business, the longshoremen were like, "You're insane, man! You're gonna give up a guaranteed $60,000."
Yeah, and all those benefits.
Yeah, you don't give that up.
You know what they told him? Because Artie was telling me, they go, "Dude, you barely graduated high school. You're making 60 G's. Where are you going?"
It was your mom and another mom in the audience at graduation.
Exactly.
Right, but anyway, but you know what? The guys are kind of right. You could have had a nice life. $60,000 a year. You're doing the longshoreman thing. You probably don't have to bust your balls, and it was nice.
They were so good to me down there. They were like, they weren't even if you don't make it. They're like, when you don't make it,
yeah, you can come back.
Come right back, man.
Right, that's nice.
They'll hold your job for you.
So you're making $8,000 a week. You get the coke problem. You go down to Tyson Holyfield. You put 15 down on Tyson.
Yeah, but that I didn't even do in Vegas. I got great odds with a bookie I knew in Staten Island, so I called him.
What were the odds?
Well, I got 3-1.
Wow.
Obviously Tyson was favored, but he was favored by a lot more. So basically, I put up $15,000 to win 5.
Oh, whoa!
Because I thought Tyson was going to kill him.
It was a done deal.
Right.
Okay.
I thought Holyfield was going to die in the ring.
Right.
So I lose the 15 G's, and that's to a bookie in Staten Island, which was just a nightmarish situation. And then I lost another $3,000.
Why is that a nightmare?
Well, just because the guy he wasn't like, it was a guy I never met before, but I've been dealing with him for a while, and he was kind of a scary guy, I guess.
Right. You paid him right away, right?
I had to like empty my bank account and get him money. But I was in L.A. and he was, in Staten Island. And so then when I got back to L.A., I lost another $3,000 at the table. So I'm down $18,000. I got all this coke in Vegas, and I just started drinking on the plane. Yeah. We had to go back and do the show. We had to start rehearsing.
A man dedicated to his craft.
I didn't know what to do, so I just said, I'll just stay up the whole week, because I'm afraid I'm going to, not make it to work one day, so I'll just stay up.
Right. That's good thinking.
There's logic.
That's what my therapist at the time.
Coke logic.
That is such coke logic.
I know, yeah,
That's
go ahead.
what my therapist at the time said, all right, just stay up the whole week. We'll deal with it next week. But
yeah, just don't go to sleep and you'll be fine.
So I'm up the whole week, and the 4th day I show up with the same clothes on in a row to rehearse, and I was only in 2 sketches that week. Harry Connick Jr. was the host of the show that week, and I was in one sketch with him, and I was being all belligerent and stuff, and he was like, "What's wrong with that guy?"
You know what you should have said to him? Hey, what's wrong with you? You took a gun to the airport.
Exactly.
Hey, you want to talk?
I'm not loaded with a gun, man. I'm just doing coke. What's your problem?
Did you tell him, hey, look, I'm on coke and leave me alone?
I said, look, it's L.A., man. We're all on coke, right?
Did you actually, when someone says to someone, gee, what's wrong with you?
Right.
You ever just go up and say, listen, I have a cocaine problem?
Yeah, just back off.
Yeah, I got a problem.
Can I work through this difficult time?
Do you say that to him?
I just lost $18,000.
Or are you like everyone else and you just keep it a secret?
No, it was pretty evident by that point.
All right, so you were honest with Harry Connick,
Yeah. So,
you look like Chris Farley.
By Wednesday night,
right.
By Wednesday night, I said, all right, I'm going to try to get a lot of this money back. I got to cut into it, which is like typical gamblers crap.
Yeah.